Hello! I never had the chance to show a bit how Knurl looks like digitally. I always show the instrument working in performances, but I would like to show a bit how do I design the instrument at a digital software. The instrument is designed at Fusion 360, and after a lot of testings and a lot of trials and errors, it has this shape right now, 2024. So you can here see a bit of the profile of the instrument. If I cut apart, the first thing that you see that the instrument is hollow. There is all this stress of the 16 strings compressing the 3D printed material. They are actually being held by only 2 millimeters of plastic material. That's only this skin around. As a guitar or any other acoustic instrument, that's kind of impossible. You need to find ways to give strength to the material, to your instrument, but also enough flexibility so that the instrument would vibrate. So that's how Knurl is built on. So there are really thin parts of material, and some parts are representing the skeleton of the material. Here, for example, here is just a joining point when I am printing the parts. Here on the waist is quite a weak part, but also very important one. So I have a little ring here. You can see a bit from the top how it works. And here, of course, in the bridge there is enough material to make sure that there is enough strength in this part. And actually in the future I would like to remove a bit, probably here, to give a little bit better performance. It's important to make sure that I also don't, I'm not offering an instrument that has a lot of weight, so that's also something important to keep in mind. Here it needs to have quite a lot of strength because the strings are basically pushing this part apart, and it's also a part where it needs to have a lot of things going on. So there is a ball bearing here and a slip ring that goes inside. This ball bearing, it is really allowing the instrument to rotate, and the slip ring allows the performers to not fuck up with the wires, because if you rotate the instrument too many times and you don't have a system like this, then you start to break your wires. I have a sensor here that is connected to the strings. The strings are cello strings. They are just basically connected here in the holes. And recently I have been working in a design where the sensor, which is called Treglecraft from Bella, is connected. And then it's like the sensor that I use to transform the strings in buttons, let's say. So every string of the instrument is sensor based, and they are connected to a wire, and every time I touch, it's basically saying to the computer, oh, Rafaela touched the string. Now I am designing a system where when I rotate, there is a wire that is always grounding, so now the computer can know, and can the computer can decodify. I'm not sure why this word comes into my mind. The computer can really know when the instrument is turning, so it can become a musical event, potentially. What else can show you? If you want to print the instrument, let's say, a lot of people ask, oh, how many parts do you have to print? Well, I have an XL printer now, so that makes it a bit easier, but also a bit difficult, because it's more risk. Every time I have to print, it takes a lot of time to print. So let's say this is one part. This should be one part by itself. Or sorry, this should be one part and this should be one part. I can print in a printer 50 centimeters of a printing object, but because this is a flat surface, I choose to print this apart. And here I have the tuning pegs, and I print also this apart. This can also be printed in a normal printer, like a Prusa or something. And let's say, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have, like, just talking about the big parts, 5, 6, 7 parts, just the big parts. There is more parts to print, like, such as the bridges, and also this slidable angle position, also this head part here, this cover for the head, and also the cover on the bottom part, and also the cover for the battery, so the list will increase quite a lot. What else can I say about the instrument? There has been a lot of research about the sound quality, and that starts, of course, in the digital design as well. For example, there are certain parts of the instrument that I need to imagine that will be vibrating more, and there are some parts that will be damping more. I don't have enough data to tell exactly like the results of this instrument acoustically. I know that every time I improve the instrument, it gets a bit louder, the sound gets a bit better. The pickup, for example, it goes under this bridge, and for the guitar players, you know that this part is already a science by itself. Pickups are really hard to make it really good. You need to take a lot of time to perfect this art and this system. The pickup I use is a pickup saddle. It has a better frequency response, and it goes through here and stays under the bridge. I want to try to print with a different material the bridge to see if that impacts the sound, and for sure it will. So, and the cable wires, they stay inside of the, let's say, there is a preamp that goes here, and there is also a slip ring and a ball bearing, and these audio cables, they will go through here until here, which is the computer of the instrument. That is the Bella. Together with the computer, there is a Wi-Fi dongle and a battery, so that I can have enough battery and I don't need to have like a cable around the instrument. And the Wi-Fi dongle allows me to have connection with a computer or with a musician, so people can manipulate the instrument. And I can also use for artworks or performances where I need to map the instrument through another system, let's say Touch Designer or Ableton. Here I usually have a LED panel where I have faders and things to manipulate the sound and the mapping of the instrument. To finalize, to conclude this showcase of the design of the instrument, inside of the frame there is a wood part, so that I can give a bit of more strength to this object, to this frame design. And there is a cable that goes through this wood part, and that's the cable of the sensor. I hope this was clear, and looking forward to know what you think about the design of Knurl.